You are listening to The Art of Sales. Everyone sells every day, and this is your source for conversational, real-world sales and prospecting methods that you are comfortable using and that get results. You'll help people buy instead of pushing them into being sold. Here's your host, Art Subcheck.
Let's talk about a question that many salespeople ask that they actually think helps them get sales, but it causes them many times to lose sales. And that's asking about a budget. To put this in perspective, let me just talk about a situation that I guess all of us probably encounter. So I was waiting in a long checkout line at Walgreens, and instead of checking email like I normally do to pass the time, I started watching the guy in front of me. And he just had a couple of items in his basket at the time. And then he noticed the as seen on TV rack over to the right. You know which one I'm talking about, right? So his eyes got big. His breathing rate increased. He stared for a few seconds, and then I saw a slight grin, a mischievous grin appear, like a kid opening up a drawer that he shouldn't be in. And then he jumped out of line, and he stepped over to the items, typically that you only see on late-night cable TV commercials. So he grabbed the perfect tortilla pan set and put that in his basket. Then he snatched a box of hanger cascaders, and then he's looking around, and then he grabbed a pocket hose. Now, I could laugh at that, except I have one too. I've actually had quite a few of them. My current one's lasted for 6 months. That's a new record. Anyway, so he looked around to see if anyone was watching, and I looked away just in time. And out of the corner of my eye, I watched him pick up a pair of slimming sauna shorts. I don't think they're going to help him. So anyway, he strolled back to the back of the line, with this very satisfied look on his face. Now, not sure, but he might have even gotten more items before it was his turn to check out, because I had to leave. So here's my question for you. Do you think this guy came to Walgreens intending to buy any of that stuff? Do you believe that he had a set budget for any of it? Of course not. At the very moment he saw that section of goodies, this sensory and chemical reaction exploded in his brain like the 4th of July fireworks. And any rational thought just went out the window. And the want emotion then consumed him. So what's my point here? How often have you or any sales rep you've been around said something like, "Oh, do you have a budget for this?" Or, "What is your budget for this?" Well, I firmly believe that more sales have been lost due to this question than perhaps any other. When a salesperson asks about a budget before someone has reached want mode, they're going to say money's not available. Of course it's not available. Money is what is exchanged in proportion to perceived value. If that value is not yet perceived as high enough, or worse, value's non-existent, there's no chance any money's going to be available. Now, on the other hand, think about something you did not need, but boy, you really wanted it. I mean, lusted after it. Just had to have it. Even if you didn't have the budget, you found a way to buy it, didn't you? And what is a budget anyway? Well, it's a plan, it's a document, a spreadsheet, numbers in the cloud. Perhaps the amount that was spent last year on a category of something. And it's all created by people. People who can change their mind when the want becomes strong enough. Now, granted, I'm a realist, and I know that in some situations there is a set amount available for certain things. It is in concrete. Maybe if you're dealing with the government, although that's not always 100%. Or perhaps there's that dreaded spending freeze that's in place. But these situations occur far fewer times than the number of sales that are lost unnecessarily when sales reps ask a budget question when budget is not really an issue. So here's my action step for you. Focus on helping people arrive at the want emotion. And that means understanding why someone would reach that state of mind. What problems and pains are they experiencing, or what do they want to avoid, and what are the costs of those? And what will they potentially get and enjoy from the results of your product or service? So your questioning should be engineered to help lead them to those states of mind. All right. For now, I got to run. Got to go back to Walgreens. There was this really cool perfect bacon bowl that I saw and decided that I really want. All right. Oh, hey, you know what time it is.
Your attitude will be iron every way. You'll never feel what they say. It's the art of the sales. Quote of the day.
That's right. It's time for the quote of the day. And I'm going to quote myself again. I'm going to use a quote that I always use when I'm doing a training session and we talk about this topic. So here we go. If you are talking to the right person and they want something enough, they will find a way to pay for it. Again, if you're talking to the right person and they want something enough, they will find a way to pay for it. Okay, hey, would you do a couple favors do a favor for a couple of friends? And that is let them know about this show if you feel they would have value or get value from it. So send them to our show site, which is theartofsales.com, theartofsales.com. And if you don't yet have our ebook of 501 telephone sales tips, get that at my blog, smartcalling.com. And we also have hundreds of other sales tips free there for you as well. Thank you so much for investing your valuable time with me. Until next time, go out and make it your best sales day ever. I'm Art Subchat.